So welcome to this restorative practice. Tonight we're actually going to start standing just to do some movements, and then we'll come down to rest. So props wise, you might like something like a bolster. I mean, I've got one leaning on another, but that could be cushions from your sofas. I'm also going to be probably using yoga blocks today. And if you need a blanket, if it's cold, if it's chilly, then get yourself one. And also an eye pillow for when we come to the Shavasana part of the practice. So the idea of a restorative yoga class is to go into conscious rest, just like we become aware of our breathing and we do conscious breathing. This is where we're aware of how we're relaxing, how we're resting, and being very conscious about it. So you can do all sorts of things when you're in your practice. For instance, noticing your breath, maybe, noticing something in your body. I don't guide you too much because I want you to explore that for yourselves. So at any point when we come to the resting part, if you need to move and get yourself more comfortable, then please do. It's not, this is not a practice where you stay with something if it's uncomfortable by any means. So why don't we come to standing? And we'll start just by releasing some tension from our bodies. Maybe we've collected some things during the day. So just gently rock side to side on your feet, feeling your weight dropping down from your pelvis into your feet. You can shut your eyes and you could let your head move here as well. Let your body speak to you as to what you need. And it doesn't have to be all organized. It can be really relaxed. I'm just going to move this now into rolling my shoulders. They feel quite tight. So I'm rolling them back. And then I'm going to roll them forwards just to give them full range. Okay. And then from here, let's come into standing cat-cow. So you can just have your feet apart, hands on top of your knees. And as you inhale, arch your back. And as you exhale, curl your back. And really notice each movement of your spine. And maybe you want to bring that into a bit more of a straight leg, almost on the curve. Again, finding really what works for your body. And then maybe bring that to standing and reach the arms back. Maybe even let your back curve a little bit here. Yeah, it's whatever feels comfortable for you. Excuse me, I'm just going to let someone come in. So just finding where you've got a little bit of tension and inviting your body to release it. So that the lying down part of the practice will feel much more comfortable. You're not taking the tension perhaps you're holding with you into that part of the practice. Okay, so let's touch the toes, drag the fingertips up your body, take that up in the air, breathe in, and as you exhale, going down however you want to. Let's do 3 of these, coming up, curling up, reaching up, maybe even reaching backwards. Exhale. Just noticing if the body feels a bit more like you're releasing. Okay. Maybe dangle the arms here, kind of a little bit like monkey-like, yeah. Shake it out. And then come down onto your mat. So from a seated position, as I said, I've got a bolster. I fancied tonight something that was slightly elevated. You don't have to. If you fancy laying flat in Shavasana and something underneath your knees, you're more than welcome to do that. But let's just bring ourselves into cross-legged or legs out in front, if you prefer that. But if you do have a bolster and you're going to use a bolster, get your lower back just touching the edge of the bolster. And then just rock a little bit side to side here. And then settle on your sit bones, and we can all do that. And from here, we're going to breathe in, float the arms up, turn your palms down as you breathe out. And if you wish to take that out through the mouth, by all means do. Yeah, so breathe in and out. Releasing your day. Maybe it was a really busy day. Maybe you've relaxed as well. So we're inviting the body to come into more of a restful space. Let's have 2 more of these movements. Slow it down, release the breath nice and slowly. So our final one. All right, just sit for a moment, checking in with your body. Really dropping your weight into your sit bones. So you are releasing into your weight as much as you can. Okay, so some suggestions. If you fancy this position where there's an incline, you could perhaps have the soles of the feet together, but they're quite far away. It's like there's a nice big diamond shape here between the legs. And yoga props underneath the legs, because if you were laying here for a while, this might actually create aches and tension here at the top of the hips. So I would suggest propping them. And then when you go back, you support yourself as you go down and settle really into that shape. And obviously you would put your eye pillows on, etc., etc. So if you fancy to be laying flat, then lay flat. But again, maybe prop underneath your knees, your thighs. It's just very relaxing. We had our femur bone. There's something very interesting about this bone. When it's invited to be deep into the hip socket, that really triggers relaxation into our nervous system. So knowing that, if we angle the thigh bone back, whether it's in this position or in that straight-legged position, but the knees are higher than your hips, then that's going to encourage your body from a physical level to go into a more relaxed state of being, all right? So when you're ready, set yourself up. So at the end of the practice, I will just close, I'll obviously say goodbye and close the meeting, but by all means, stay in your restorative pose for as long as you need. And yeah, let's go down. So take your time. Feel each part of the spine, either on the ground or on one of your props. And then bring in your eye pillow onto the bony part of your forehead. Just have a couple of breaths and notice, do you need to adjust clothing? Do you need to adjust a prop? We can be very particular about this, which I think is good because it's you really understanding your comfort levels in your body. And to suggest even more relaxation into your nervous system, take a slightly longer breath in. Take it in slowly and release it slowly. Maybe do 5 conscious, slow, deep breaths. And just notice how you respond. Can you really go with your breath? And any exchanges, mind and breath and body, is the dialogue a good one? If you're struggling, perhaps you could say to yourself on the inhale, I receive. And then as you release your breath out, I relax. Or choose your own words. So begin to settle and drop even more, adjusting if you need to. So in a moment, I'll go silent, but know that I'm here with you, going on a journey as well. And that there's something really nurturing about going into a restful space, knowing that other people are also committing to a rest practice. As much as you can, stay awake and notice your body relaxing more and more. Enjoy your journey. Stay where you are if you wish, or if you're going to come out of the practice, just take a longer breath in. Maybe release that through your mouth. So stay still just for a little bit longer. Begin to wiggle your toes, roll your ankles. Bring your knees in or together. Roll off your props or roll to the side. And just come into a seated position. So well done for going into your body like that, especially when we're very busy. It can seem very difficult to go into a rest practice, but it's all about balance. So we'll close this practice. Breathe in, draw the arms up and overhead, hands together. So let's just thank our breath endlessly, working away for us, and thanking our bodies for resting, even if it was intermittent. And I thank you for practicing conscious rest. Let's do it again. Namaste, everybody.